Where did you grow up and what was your childhood like?
I grew up in the Alsace region of France, a few miles from the German border. It was a rural area with gardens and farms. When I was very young, I watched my grandmother and my mother cook, and soon they had me helping them in little ways. I feel so trusted the first time to stir the pot when my grandmother went to the bread shop. My grandmother would spend her entire day preparing meals. Vans would come to the small villages because there were no markets, selling fresh ingredients. For example, there was a cheese van, and a bread van, and a butcher van. The quality of the product was amazing, natural and fresh. This was very traditional, so I got a passion for cooking for my grandmother. But also my best friend's mother owned a restaurant and I was there a lot of the time. It was like a home to me, and I watched the chef cooking and the server and the manager. It was a fascinating world, a world on its own, really. And of course I had there a lot.
So that's what led you to choose cooking as a career?
Definitely yes. I also saw an opportunity to travel the world if I went to the best culinary school, Le Cordon Bleu in Paris. It seemed to guarantee being able to work with the best chefs in the world.
So what did you learn and when?
They taught the classic traditional techniques of cooking French dishes for restaurants. I had already learned most of the technique from my mom and my grandmother, but it was an excellent complementary training. I would say that the most valuable part was having validation and a professional culinary degree from there to get my feet in the door to work in the best establishment. I learned more about the art and craft of cooking for a restaurant, which is different from cooking at home.
Can you tell me more about that?
It's a lot more stressful working with other chefs in a business. They really do scream and throw things.
So some cooking shows are realistic?
Yes, some are, and I can think of a few definitely realistic.
Not what you expected growing up.
No, I saw myself as a manager in the hotel and restaurant business chains. So after I worked in the kitchen in the south of France for a few years, I went to London to go back to school to learn international management in the hospitality and restaurant business, while working in a 2 Michelin-star restaurant at the same time. That led to a position as a manager in a 5-star hotel where I was managing a team of 25 people.
So you were working full-time and going to school at the same time?
Yes, and learning English also. After a while, I needed to take a good break and travel all around Europe, Dubai, the Caribbean, Australia, and finally I ended up here in LA.
Why did you choose LA?
I've always been interested in the entertainment industry. Also, when I was in the UK, I became concerned about the epidemic of obesity in children, and I saw the low quality of the food they were eating. I thought it would take a chef to work on that problem. I saw education in healthy cooking and food as a way to help. I didn't have an exact plan, but I thought I could combine my interest in LA because of the media exposure here. About that same time, cooking programs were becoming very popular.
What did you do next?
I continued to work in hotel and hospitality industry for a while, but that's also when I started my own research into the connection between health and food. The more I read and studied, the broader my interest became. I saw the connection between lifestyle and health, the environment, home product, and everything is intertwined. And I spent a lot of time sorting through each of these areas and seeing how many health risks we are all exposed to almost all the time. I tried to begin changing what I would eat and do to try to minimize them. I also realized that few people would have the time to do all of the research I've done and how program we all can become leading stressful lives. That's mean when I figure out my mission to summarize all of this in a way anyone can understand and apply in everyday life.
What is the book about? How is it organized?
It's about what to avoid and what to promote. It covers food and detoxifying, environment, home product, lifestyle and the medical system. It's ultimately about finding happiness, which gets into how to be healthy physically and emotionally.
What are your secrets?
Well, I believe that if people understand the risk in food and product and make better choices, this daily decision can have a major impact on health. Another point is that it's impossible to escape all of the toxin we are exposed to, no matter how hard we try. So cleansing, detoxifying and eliminating should be a priority in your life. Finally, there is such a strong connection between mental, emotional health and physical. So cultivating emotional balance and having a healthy relationship with yourself and others is really important. This requires paying attention to yourself and others.
So you explain how to do that in the book, I suppose?
Yes, exactly.
Who did you write this for?
It can be applied by everyone, but some people are not very open to reconsider what they assume to be true or what they have been told for many years, especially by the media and the medical profession, the government and a lot of marketing. For many, it may take a life crisis to be willing to look for new answers, but there is a large and growing group of people who are looking for ways to be healthier, feel better, thinner, younger, stronger and have more energy. You have to feel good inside, and only the external world then will reflect back that feeling upon you. For a more sustainable feeling of happiness and fulfillment that are created through new and fresh point of view, an outside the box type of thinking, brain cognition, knowledge and a shift of attitude that will ultimately lead to all the positive changes that we are all eager to achieve.